Most of us operate under a straightforward assumption. You put in hard work, hit your targets, and your boss rewards you with a salary raise. But the person you report to likely doesn't have the final say on your compensation anymore. Consider Daniel. He is a reliable mid-level manager who consistently hits his deadlines and keeps his team on track. Last year, his review was simple. Keep it up. We'll look at a raise next cycle. This year, there was no conversation and no constructive feedback. Daniel simply received a sterile notification with a compensation number much smaller than he anticipated. His manager didn't generate that number. Daniel's manager hadn't written a single word of that review. A different, unlisted set of rules had determined his worth, marking a shift where human judgment is no longer the primary driver of a career. The traditional annual performance review is quietly being phased out across the corporate world. This tracking dashboard represents continuous tracking APIs, silent software pooling your data. It tracks the exact seconds to reply to a Slack ping. It overlays keystroke density against untouched keys to calculate idle moments. Finally, it maps your task switching habits across all apps. These micrometrics are constantly compiled into a living performance score that updates every single day. The company doesn't need to install physical cameras or issue surveillance warnings to achieve this level of oversight. Continuous tracking subjects every worker to a state of inescapable, invisible measurement. The system treats the workforce as a stream of data points to be monitored, bypassing the traditional focus on professional development. There is a massive gap between what this software measures and what actually constitutes valuable work. Human managers historically value creative problem-solving and long-term potential. These tracking models strictly reward high-speed output and behavioral consistency. If Daniel encounters a complex problem and stops typing to think through a solution, the algorithm doesn't recognize cognitive effort. It registers the drop in keystrokes as immediate inefficiency. Taking the time to deeply consider a strategy lowers your score. The model actively penalizes human thought in favor of mindless, predictable activity. This automated architecture is rapidly expanding across major industries. This funnel diagram illustrates the psychological shift happening in modern business. Workers are no longer evaluated as individuals. They are being systematically forced through an algorithm and processed into identical data blocks. The system optimizes for extreme predictability. A highly predictable employee is an easily replaceable employee. Surviving this environment requires a completely different approach to maintaining your professional value. Grinding longer hours or typing faster is a trap. You are simply optimizing your behavior for a machine you have zero control over. You must decode the tracking tools, understand what they measure, and adjust to protect your autonomy. When your entire professional value is reduced to raw data points, learning to outmaneuver the algorithm is the only remaining path to control your career and your compensation.